So teachers and pupils are facing the challenge closing the gaps caused by the interruption to the school year by the COVID-19 pandemic. Teaching was initially suspended as the country went into lockdown in March. Schools then embarked on online teaching, but this posed challenges for children who did not have access to the internet. And although the academic year has been extended to March 2021, both teachers and pupils are feeling quite anxious. We're joined by a high school teacher, Kutlwano Segole, who will tell us more about her experience during this time. Kutlwano, thank you for your time and thank you for joining us on Weekend Dawn, Channel 405. I just want to find out from you in terms of anxiety and how you've had to change up the way you do teaching over the past few months. Has it put you in a better position, and did you ever think you're going to be in a position like this?
Not at all, but we're adjusting. We just have to adjust. We are now getting used to the new normal. That's basically the new normal.
And you found creative ways to teach over the period?
Absolutely.
What were the creative ways that you've found ways to interact with your learners?
The fact that we have to keep the distance, and the fact that obviously now the new hygiene way that is introduced.
Compared to how it was before, I'm sure it was very easy back in the day.
Yeah, I wouldn't say easy. I mean, dealing with kids, it's not an easier thing as people think it is, whether it's primary or high school. You just have to find ways to, like, how do I put it?
To make the kids comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because now some of them forget to put on the mask.
Exactly.
Some of them forget to keep the distance, and they're so used to hugging us. You know, our social life is basically like interactive. It's not just in class. They like boring stuff, so now you can't use my pen. I can't use your pen. If I don't have a pen, I can't use a pen. If I don't have a calculator, I cannot use it. So you can just see that it has changed a lot.
Yes, you're facing a lot of pressure. I can imagine.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
Just to get into specifics, are you teaching high school or primary school learners?
I'm teaching high school, grade 8, 9, 10, life sciences and geography.
All right. And then in terms of other teachers coping, how are they coping as well during this time? Do you think you're in a better position, actually? Are you in a better position to be teaching high school learners versus primary school learners?
I think teachers are born and not made. So it doesn't matter, like, it goes with you. Like, what do you love to do? I don't think I would cope in primary.
You don't think you'd cope at all?
I don't think so. I think that's why maybe I chose high school. I'm better with those ones than the young ones. Primary, it's more like, okay, with both high school and primary, it's more like you're babysitting, but I'd rather babysit the grown-ups ones.
Well, and then in terms of the pressure that you have, because there's a lot of time when there was no school.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've got to cram in a lot of work now ahead of the end of the academic year, which has now moved to March next year, right?
Yeah. Remember that even with me as a teacher, I also have to teach myself before going to class. So it's not just the pressure on the kids alone. I have to sit down with my work and then, you know, learn the work again, because some of us had to move from, you know, let me just say, this is my third year of teaching, and all along I've been teaching one subject. Each teacher has like 2 or 3 majors. So if you were used to teaching one subject, you will have to adjust again, take the second one, because remember that they are split now. We have less children in the classroom as compared to the previous years. So now it's 46 divided by 2. So it's 23, meaning we need more teachers. And then meaning that if you had only one subject, you have to add another subject. And then it means you have to go back to your content again, which is a lot of pressure. Yeah, then it goes back. It reminds us that if you have 2 majors, you will have to go back to your major.
Wow, thank you for doing what you do. I mean, without people like you, things like this wouldn't happen. And my final question is just simply on the academic year now moved to 2021. This means it also affects 2021's academic year, which means that will possibly also end the following year? Or how will that work?
I'm not really quite sure, but what I know is right now there are some topics that are cut. We are now doing topics which are said to be very important. Like, for example, in geography, we're having map skills, which starts in grade 8 until grade 12. So there's no way we can cut map skills. Yes. So we have to keep it until next year. So some topics are cut, not that they're not important, but there are those that are more important, and there are those that go to the next year.
All right.
Yes.
Kutlwano, thank you so much for your time. I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
You're doing a fantastic job. I mean, things wouldn't happen without people like you. So continue doing what you're doing, and I hope you manage all of this pressure and this new normal, like you mentioned. That is high school teacher Kutlwano Segole telling us about some of the challenges they face as they try to navigate teaching and learning amid these unprecedented times.